This is the pilot speaking. If anyone can remember where we were meant to be headed, please let me know. This is the pilot speaking. If you look out of your windows now, there is a non-zero chance you will see clouds. This is the pilot speaking. If you think you can fly the plane better than me, then you should have brought your own. This is the pilot speaking. We will not be landing the aircraft until you have solved all three of the fiendishly clever riddles I have hidden throughout the aircraft. Stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop Top, he says, I'm going to win big. Choose not a life of imitation. Distant cousin, to the reservation. This is the pilot speaking. We are 1 minute out from our destination. We will soon be beginning our descent. This is the pilot speaking. If you start playing Roundabout by Yes at 23:59:16 on New Year's Eve, the introduction will end at exactly midnight. This is the pilot speaking. The plane is not going fast enough. This is the pilot speaking. You know, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Don't worry about it. This is the pilot speaking. If anyone can remember where we were meant to be headed, please let me know. This is the pilot speaking. If you look out of your windows now, there is a non-zero chance you will see clouds. This is the pilot speaking. If you think you can fly the plane better than me, then you should have brought your own. This is the pilot speaking. We will not be landing the aircraft until you have solved all 3 of the fiendishly clever riddles I have hidden throughout the aircraft. Stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop top, he says, I'm going to win big. Choose not a life of imitation. Distant cousin, to the reservation. This is the pilot speaking. We are 1 minute out from our destination. We will soon be beginning our descent. This is the pilot speaking. If you start playing Roundabout, but yes, at 23:59:16 on New Year's Eve, the introduction will end at exactly midnight. This is the pilot speaking. The plane is not going fast enough. This is the pilot speaking. You know, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Don't worry about it. pilot speaking. If anyone can remember where we were meant to be headed, please let me know. This is the pilot speaking. If you look out of your windows now, there is a non-zero chance you will see clouds. This is the pilot speaking. If you think you can fly the plane better than me, then you should have brought your own. This is the pilot speaking. We will not be landing the aircraft until you have solved all 3 of the fiendishly clever riddles I have hidden throughout the aircraft. Stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop top, he says, I'm going to win big. Choose not a life of imitation. Distant cousin, to the reservation. This is the pilot speaking. We are 1 minute out from our destination. We will soon be beginning our descent. This is the pilot speaking. If you start playing Roundabout by Yes at 23:59:16 on New Year's Eve, the introduction will end at exactly midnight. This is the pilot speaking. The plane is not going fast enough. This is the pilot speaking. You know, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Don't worry about it. This is the pilot speaking. If anyone can remember where we were meant to be headed, please let me know. This is the pilot speaking. If you look out of your windows now, there is a non-zero chance you will see clouds. This is the pilot speaking. If you think you can fly the plane better than me, then you should have brought your own. This is the pilot speaking. We will not be landing the aircraft until you have solved all 3 of the fiendishly clever riddles I have hidden throughout the aircraft. Stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop top, he says, I'm going to win big. Choose not a life of imitation. Distant cousin, to the reservation.
Where are you? Okay. And Flight Sim, do you exist? Simple yes or no question. Flight Sim, stop screwing me, thank you. Okay, hello. Wow, this was fucking going great so far. Flight Sim spent 10-15 minutes trying to decide as to whether or not there was an update. There wasn't. I've now a full half hour later than I said I would. That's grand. But no, this isn't the time for stress or toils or the inadequacies of life. No, this is Flight Simulator. This is our mission to fly around Australia for a bit, and heavens above, by gum, if we won't be accomplishing that, then anyway, let's get going. My words aren't the words that are the good words today. I'm not gonna keep up with that pretense. But regardless, I hope your experience of finding my little stream has gone better than my attempting to start it. But how are you in the chat, if you are indeed real? The little people that live in my computer, how are you? Do let me know. Alright, let's see. Autopilot is on. Altitude is set. Vertical speed on. Do I need to go to the toilet before we take off? That's the question, isn't it? I'm gonna say no. Do I want to take that risk? I do. And we don't have navigation mode on yet, but that will be done momentarily. So, parking brake is off. and to some smooth jazz notes, which I will alter the volume on the slightest little touch. There we go. Down just a bit, make it a nice ambient kind of thing. I reckon Louisa should get going. No, hang on, I'm gonna just... Yeah, no, okay, there we go, Okay, now we're actually gonna take the fuck off, is what we're gonna do. Okay. Hey, most airlines, you'll be lucky if it's just a half-hour delay, right? Once I had to sit on the tarmac for at JFK for 2 hours because there was a lightning storm. It was like the first rain New York had in like God knows how long. And it happened to be when I was on a plane wanting to go to another country. Of course. Of course. Even adjust my barometer before takeoff. I'm a terrible pilot, aren't I? Alrighty. Oh, bloody righty.
Cessna Sierra Whiskey Tango contact Darwin departure on 123.0. Good day.
And navigation. And half bank. Let's not be savages about this.
Darwin departure Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey Tango is passing.
Okay, speed. Controlled roughly.
Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey Tango Darwin departure altimeter 29.77. Continue to Belen as planned.
Alright, so. Don't remember where the heck we were headed. It was Port Hedland is today's destination. The flight will take about 2 hours, just over. And we are flying from Darwin, a city we thank sincerely for its service, as we fly away from the sunset, which isn't really the thing you're meant to do in these kind of romantic situations, but well, good enough. The lighting is dramatic, and that's all you can really ask for, isn't it? But that is a very orange light. I suppose these next two streams are finally going to get some sunrises. We've been lacking them, been on the wrong time zone for that kind of thing the last few streams. And it's coming back. Sunrises are in vogue once more. How exciting. So what are we doing today, I hear you ask? We are having ein Film, as they say in German. They don't say that in German. I don't know what they say in German. I did Duolingo German for like 100 days solid. I gave up because the owl pissed me off, but I feel like I know enough German to tell German people I don't speak German, and that's the most important phrase of all. I do want to go to Germany, actually. Like, in real life, I mean. I want to go to Hamburg. I want to see the world's largest model railway. That's where I'm at in my headspace, which is in Hamburg. Little known fact. And it looks rad. Oh my god, it's like train sets from the future. It's like if the Jetsons had a train set. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's worth looking up, Miniature Wunderland, if you've never looked it up. It looks rad. That's what's been happening with you over the last 2 days. I want to know. Me, it's a big goose egg, frankly. Basically, nothing has happened to me. Which is not what you're meant to say as a streamer. You're meant to say, I went on a marvellous adventure, but I've been sitting in the chair for the last 2 days. It's a nice chair. Not a very exciting chair. But they honor there. Now, what altitude do I want to rise to before we start? Oh, shall we get to altitude again? I think the film's only about an hour long, so that's probably going to be the done thing, I think. Yeah, let's do that. No, but if you don't know, I was late to start stream today because the thing I was watching on TV was unexpectedly kind of a double length episode. Didn't see that one coming, but there we go. So that means it was done like right when I was going to start streaming, the moment. Like it ended at 9:30, because that's the reason I stream at 9:30. The reason I've been doing that for a while is because I kind of need that buffer. Right, because you know how things in life are, they go on longer than you think they will. So I just need to give myself a little, half-hour buffer. I want to start at 9, realistically 9:30 is better. But this episode of this thing I was watching was double length, as I say, so it took me right up to 9:30, and that's a free stream rush, baby. And then Flight Sim wasn't working, and as that was on the, I was on the starting screen for like 13 minutes or something. I was thinking, should I just play Risk of Rain? Should I try like Flight Sim tomorrow instead? Luckily, after 5-10 minutes, it decided there was no update, and it was finally let me play.
Contact Brisbane Center on 123.85.
So here we are today.
Good day.
Going to
My God, what a time we've had of it.
Sierra Whiskey Tango. Brisbane Center Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey Tango is passing 8,800 feet, climbing 14,000 feet.
Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey Tango Brisbane Center altimeter 29.78. Continue to birdie as planned.
But it's not called Birdie, is it? Come on. It's not called Birdie, is it? Come on, no. There's really an air traffic waypoint in the world called Birdie, really? Okay. Yeah, I believe that. Sorry if that sounded sarcastic, I genuinely do believe that. But, wonder if there's one that's just like called Flight. Let's see. F-L-I-G-H-T. Does not look that way. That's 2 on the nose. But yeah, there's Birdie. What about flies? Does that exist? Flyby exist? Flyer. Fly high. Oh, this is some pretty good pun names, I guess. Okay, where's Flyby? Where does that exist? That doesn't help, if I'm honest. It's somewhere in a desert, I guess, where I head towards what I presume to be a coast, given that the land is getting greener. Can we ascertain quite where... Oh, busy zone there. Where are we guessing? I'm going to guess this is somewhere in America. This is, okay, we're kind of headed into another arid kind of... Oh, water. Okay, good. Right, where is this? Canada? I have no earthly clue where this is. Hey, okay, everything's been with K. What could that mean? Maybe the K's on my little destination list? No, I do not. Well, if you know which countries' airport codes all begin with K, hey, let me know, right? Because I am dense. Alright. We'll just increase speed a tad so we get nicely up to altitude. The thing that is the speed that we are going at, that's what I meant to say.
Flight level 200 Cessna
Want to maintain kind of 280, that seems like a comfortable speed. Alright. Let's see if we can get the film up now. I mean, nothing was stopping us before, but... Alright. Now, I don't have a clue if this film is actually going to be any good or not. I feel like the Hong Kong B-movies have been hitting out of the park. The American ones have always been resoundingly hit or miss, with probably emphasis towards the miss. And so I don't know how this one is going to go. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of very slow and talky, and there's not going to be a lot of kick fights like the frankly marvellous Fingers of Bruce Lee, or whatever that film was called. What was that film called? Bruce's Deadly Fingers. Which, yes, is still funny, and was also kind of amazing, right? I love that movie. Took a blind guess on that one. It's one of my better bets on this little stream of ours. But you know, if there's one nation that never gets its way, it's America. And where we're going to give the Americans a chance with their B movies this week. Now, I have to be brutally honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I've told a lot of anecdotes, about school days primarily. That's kind of my thing. Oh, what's a good size? Yeah, that'll do. Usually a bit bigger than I normally have it, but that'll do fine. But yes, not really been all that honest, I confess. A lot of anecdotes of the old days. But one detail I omitted frequently, and I do, again, apologise for this. I was a teenage werewolf. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that was the riddle by whoever did the riddle. I've not handed my jazz. Hey, Jazz Orchestra. Let's give it a rest. Thank you. Thank you, Jazz Orchestra. Thank you for understanding. I'm sorry things got tense there. There's no one called Dick. Okay, there's a guy. That's a fairly 50s name. Still, this is surprising. A 50s production with no dicks. No Walters, no Glens. Was this made in the 50s? Because everyone in the 50s was named Dick, Glenn, or Walter, right? There were no other names. Song Eeny Meeny Miny Mo by some fuck. Gene Fowler, he was an unsuccessful eugenicist. That one's a thinker. Wait. Okay, already I have questions. Are these two meant to be teenagers?
Come on, Tony, cut it out. Tony.
I mean, as far as martial arts goes, I don't think this is quite on par with Hong Kong, but spirited effort, I don't deny that.
You got enough? How do you spell it?
Tony.
This is actually Street Fighter 6 gameplay. I'm realizing too late. I'm sorry. I've made a mistake here. Oh, we'll watch this instead. It's fine. It's a little excessive. Usually, just kind of a teacher showing up and going, "Hey, could you not?" is enough. But I guess
What's going on here?
we need the police here.
Draw your diagram?
Tony, I know you can get fresh. Come on over here. Wait for me in the car, Joe. All right, Jimmy. Go ahead, you tell me.
Well, Sergeant Donovan, I don't like to blow a whistle on a pal. A pal yet?
Well, you started it.
Look, you started it. Just slap me on the shoulder.
It's a friendly tap. I don't know what you got so excited
I don't
about.
like that kind of friendship. I don't like to be hit from behind by anybody, anytime. I don't like to be touched.
Okay. The
Okay,
way you
they're
jumped me,
angry
it's like I
gays, we
tossed
get
a
it.
brick at you. Right off, he challenges me. And I tried to kibitz him out of it.
Ladies and
Beginning of the
gentlemen, a
picture.
teenager.
Yeah, and I even told him I was sorry. That's right. I
He's not
apologized.
38.
You can
You
ask
can't
any of the
prove that.
guys.
Didn't that satisfy him?
No, he wanted to fight. I know I'm bigger than he is.
But he wanted to fight.
Look, what are you, the
Well,
referee?
he's bigger than he is and
No,
older
Tony,
by
I'm
20
really in
years.
your corner, if I can just get you to see it. Well, I guess you can pick up your marbles. I'll try to low-key this in the report. But what your principal wants to do, well, that's her business. Now, wait a minute. Before you go, I want to see you two fellas shake hands. Come on, come on. It'll look better in the report.
Sure, a happy ending, huh?
I'm sorry, Tony.
I guess I lost my head. I burn easy.
You know, Tony, you really ought to smile more often.
Sure. Win friends and charm snakes, huh?
That's just what I wanted to talk to you about. Suspicious
That's
of
what
everybody.
teenagers
Act
say.
Like the whole world's your enemy the way you flare
Teenagers are
up.
famously
people bug me.
witty.
That's right, hide behind jive talk. People bug you. Well, people bug me too, but I don't go around clouting everybody.
Come on, finish your beef, will you?
All I know is you've been in trouble a half a dozen times. You don't have any official record yet, but you're sure working up to one.
But you got a crystal ball, huh?
I pulled you out of fight 3 times myself in the last month. You're just lucky there weren't any formal complaints. The time before this in the supermarket.
It was the checker's mistake.
Yeah, but you didn't even give him a chance to rectify it. Boom, you throw a carton of milk right at him.
He was only trying to repair the self-service checkout.
I'm just trying to tell you that you need help.
What kind of help?
Well,
From
there's a
Jesus.
prominent doctor, Dr. Brandon. He's the consulting psychologist out at the aircraft plant. He's been working with the police department without charge, trying to help difficult kids adjust.
What's this adjust cake?
Polish off the rough edges. Adjust.
Just to what?
But everything. Teachers, parents, other students.
Come on.
You know, some kids have a
please.
tougher time than others, and it's not necessarily their fault. Now, this Dr. Brandon, well, he's modern. He uses hypnosis.
Oh, no. No! No head shrinker for me, thank you. You know, that's all I
That
need.
well-known modern
That's all I
treatment,
need.
hypnosis.
Tony the
This
Flip.
was made in the
No, sir,
50s.
thank you. You keep the man in the white coat for the goofs. I can take care of myself.
Mind you, if
Way
this
you
was
have
modern
up
American
now.
medicine, it would either
The way I have.
bankrupt him
Then you won't let anybody
or
help
be a
you.
chiropractor.
Not into a straitjacket, I won't.
And it's difficult to know which is
you hold me on
worse for
any
your
charge?
health.
Tango climb and maintain flight
No.
level 30.
Then I can go.
Yeah, you can go.
Climb and maintain flight level.
This is the last
Sierra
warning,
77,
Tony.
Sierra Whiskey
If you get into trouble again, don't expect it to be a breeze like this. I can't let you off.
I'll see you in
Okay.
bed, Tony.
I heard you.
Everything all right, Tony?
Sure it is.
What did Officer Donovan say?
I don't want to talk about it. I've had enough yakety-yak to last me till the end of the term.
Doom Guy isn't this angry.
Look, I'm sorry, Arlene. I say things, I do things, I don't know why. I try to control them, it's too late. I've gone too far.
I'm cringe, Marlene.
I don't know. I get a certain
By
feeling.
means, they're
I
not
have to-
dank enough.
I don't know. I just don't know.
You must try.
Yeah, I'll try. But not Donovan's way.
What's his way?
He wants me to go to this head shrinker, Dr. Brandon. Like I was a flip or something.
Is that the way he said it?
No, he sprinkled a little sugar on it. But I'm not having any, thank you.
Tony.
Okay. Okay, I'll try. But my way. Come on, I'll take you home. Hi, Dad.
Hi. Who was it today?
What's the difference?
Your principal called, said it was your fault.
Why does she bother you?
Because I'm your father. Said I'm supposed to discipline you. I told her at home you never needed discipline, not even when your mother was alive.
I don't know why she has to drag you into it.
Boy.
Remember I killed your mother as punishment?
Well, if you know, tell me.
I told you not to get that C.
Sometimes you just
And
have
your mother had
do
to die for
things
it.
the way people want them done. That makes them happy and they leave you alone. I used to have a foreman like that. Every time I assembled a motor my way, he beefed. But when I assembled it,
Dad, I don't like to be pushed around.
Which was very unusual because I was a tailor, but
sometimes you just have to do it the other fellow's way. Well, I gotta be going. Sorry I can't eat with you. Night shift again. Oh, there are a couple of lamb chops in the icebox. I seasoned them the way you like. Just set them in the pan.
Dad, I can cook a chop.
And be sure you cook them. Don't eat them raw like you did the hamburger yesterday. Tony, think over what I said, would you? I mean about not being so stubborn. Just might make things a lot easier all around.
Okay, Dad.
well, he's already fucked up that, I can tell you. You meant to kind of a gentle tipping motion is how you get liquid out of a bottle, you know,
Go by.
lobbing it at the wall. In my experience, I guess mileage may vary, in my experience that tends to shatter it.
It's Tony, and he's not even late.
Maybe you're beginning to train him.
That's no way to call for a date. When I courted your mother,
Things were different then.
I still want my daughter treated with respect.
Your father's right, Arlene. Listen to him.
Oh, Dad, it's got nothing to do with respect. That's the way all the kids do it.
But I still can't understand why you only date him. Oh, not that I have anything specific against Tony. But there's Steve Harmon, the druggist's son, and there's Willie Blake,
Oh,
and
look,
there's...
Mother.
The druggie's
I
son?
date Tony because I like him. In fact, I like him a lot.
And you just ask him to
Unexpectedly,
come
Go ahead. We won't bite him.
unexpectedly winning feature in the 50s if your father is a drugger. Oh,
Tony,
that
would
nice
you come in
boy.
for a minute?
That nice boy's father is a crackhead.
Hi. Good evening. Hi.
Tony, I like things formal once in a while. We just wanted to look at you before you take our daughter out to a party. You don't have any objection.
We need to take a blood sample. Please tie yourself to that
Well,
couch.
then why don't you call for her properly in her home?
Now, Dad.
We need to make sure you're not the
Little man to
thing.
man talk won't hurt anybody.
Well, I would, only you don't look too pleased. No, really, sometimes when I walk in that door, I think you're gonna swat me with a baseball bat or something.
Oh, I'm sure that's just your imagination.
Must be. Unless you feel guilty about something.
Now, Dad, you promised.
It's the same. Parents of a young girl, and especially a pretty one like Arlene, like to feel proud of the young man that takes her out.
Weird, but alright. Is
Young
it
man
weird?
who keeps busy with the right
I
kind of
don't know.
things.
Like sprinkle a lawn, take out a paper route, haul boxes in the market.
Where's the opener, Mary?
On the sink, dear. Any job that keeps a teenager out of mischief and builds a good reputation.
Oh, yeah, like our bank cashier. You know the one that's missing? The guy that ran off and lost it all at the track.
Now, being a smart aleck won't do it. You've got to bow to authority.
Everybody's on my back today.
Daddy, it's Halloween, but we have to go.
Yes, we
Oh my
don't want
God,
them to miss any fun.
Okay, I've said my piece.
Was unintentionally perfectly timed.
one
It's-
thing
I
you
mean,
can
it's
be
not
sure of,
Halloween,
Mr.
but
Logan.
coming up for it.
At least I'll
I should have
protect your
watched
daughter.
this on my Halloween stuff.
All right,
Oh,
kids,
fuck
have a
that
good
up.
time. Remember now, I want you home by 12. No excuses now.
Screw that up, royally.
You heard what Dad said. Not after midnight.
Hey, what got into your dad?
You heard about the fight,
So it's over.
but I heard more.
More?
Tony, don't flare up. And please let me say it through once. I asked about this Dr. Brandon. Now, if he could really help you, it would be wonderful for both of us. And it would make things easier both at school and here at home. Don't forget about the 4 years of waiting, college and all. Please, Tony.
Arlene, get this straight and get it final. I'm not going to any doctor like Dr. Brandon,
Not even if you have to.
but I don't have to.
This is surprisingly
Forget it.
contemporary in its themes, actually. It's just like everyone is just looking at this disturbed, shall we be polite and say, young man, and going, would you just go to fucking therapy? Jesus Christ, just find someone to talk this shit out with, for fuck's sake. Go to fucking therapy. God fucking damn it. Anyway, the 50s are happening.
Frank, how are you? Hey, what do you say, Tony? Hi, Arlene.
Hey, Tony! Tony, hear this. Hear this.
This is going to be a costume party.
Wow, it's
Hey, man, you really
shit.
got those things trained.
I'd slap him silly, boy.
Even by like
Vic,
casual
If you're going
bongo,
to play the
marijuana
bongo
smoking
all
bongo
night,
player
who am
standards,
I
that's
going to
fucking
dance with?
crap.
Latch on to Frank. He's got no
I see me smoking
I came
marijuana.
with you.
I'm sorry, marijuana.
How square can you get? You came with me, so you dance with him.
It doesn't make sense.
I'll
And why is she
clarify
dressed
it
as a
for you.
clown?
Hey, Frank,
What's that all about?
Want me?
be my guest.
Is this the first classy in recorded history? I'm deeply sorry for saying those words. I won't be saying them again, rest assured.
Boy, they sure beats the youth center.
Supervised entertainment, 8 to 10.
Square dances and waltzes, and a cigarette is a crime.
Oh.
Scooby-Doo.
Well,
Well, what'd I do? What'd I do?
What I
Either
do?
too much or
What
too
I do?
little.
I'm a what I
you know, I
do?
thought this was going to be a costume party.
He's
Boy,
already
this
in.
pad sure is crazy. And don't forget, it was Tony who found it, and got permission to use it.
But is it really haunted?
Boo!
scaring me.
Is this a haunted house? Do I have to call all the signals for you?
Well, you don't have to scare me to death. Sometimes I wonder why I dig you.
Because you dig me and I dig you.
No, Vic. Sometimes I don't understand you at all.
The understatement of the year.
Hear this, hear this. Vic's gonna sing this new crazy record for us right now.
I already want to just fucking decapitate this guy. Just looking at him makes me angry. Not even really done anything yet. All I know is I want him to not live through this film, you know?
Tell me where she is, cause I don't know. So eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I've been looking all over town, but so far she ain't been around. Someday I'll meet
good,
her, and then I'll say,
the structure to the song.
we're on our way. Hurry up now and follow me.
That is literally a clown outfit. Why is she in a clown? Did I miss a scene? Why is she dressed as a clown? I'm desperate to know. I really am. If you have the information, please write it in.
Anytime you're feeling sad or blue, you just call me baby and I'll run to you. But if you ever
Padding this out and he's not even become a teenage werewolf yet. The title is currently inaccurate because the teenage werewolf incident is yet to occur.
Rich girls sure are hard to find, but I'll keep a look until I lose my mind. She's bound to show up eventually, then I'll be rolling in security. But where she's hiding, I don't know.
Tell me this is like a first draft of these lyrics.
Hey, Beck, sing another one for us. Come on, man. Sing another one for us. Hey, Pearl. We got a nice present for Vic in that closet. You know he's always the life of the party, and he knocks himself out to entertain us. Well, the kids got together to get him this present. Go on, you give it to him. You're his girl.
Oh, I'd be glad to. Some joke. Maybe you think it's funny, but I don't. And anyway, why does everybody pick on me?
You're right, baby. And from now on, anybody picks on you is gonna have to fight me. Now for that, I'll collect a kiss in advance.
Oh, Tony, I bet you had a lot to do with all this.
Me?
Yes, you.
And I bet you're not so innocent either.
Now, why do they always pick on us?
This clown mystery is perturbing me to no end. Why was she a clown? Just why? No, no left turn. That was the broad political persuasion of 50s America. Even in the 50s, I can't believe, rightly, this is what 30-year-old teenagers would do for fun.
Hey, Vic.
Oh, there's a dick. Excellent.
Can you play the big drums like you do the bongos?
Just lead me to them. Can I play the big drums better than the bongos?
Great, man. They're in there.
Yeah?
And give me a real long blast, will you?
Sure,
Great,
sure.
great.
Thanks. I've been even sharing.
All right, now, okay, let's have some food, okay? Come on,
I've
gang,
laced him
let's
with
eat.
arsenic.
Yeah, at least there's no gags in the food.
This party's really percolating. I've never had so much fun.
You haven't? Bloody hell. undermining the severity of the scene.
Everything normal, my boy. Physical examination is a formality, but a necessary one. Before we enter the
So it's not a
mind,
formality.
we must know the condition of the body. Tony, you're a perfectly normal human being. No reason in the world why you can't have a full, wonderful life. If...
Yeah, if I adjust, huh, Doc?
It's the if we're going to work on, son. We'll work on it together. Okay, Tony?
You're the doctor. That's why I'm here.
All right, Dr. Wagner. Tony, you just sit down over here. Thank you.
What is it?
Just a mild sedative.
It won't make me dopey or anything, will it? I have to drive home.
No, it's simply to relax you. Drink it down.
So it will make him dopey. Is what you're saying?
I'll be back in a minute.
This doctor... He's not good, is he?
Hugo, prepare the scopolamine.
We need to crack this inexplicable safe. Oh, that wasn't difficult.
What are you doing? I'm going to mix the serum with the scopolamine.
But do you realize the possible...
Again, this is just a GP.
That it lasts after
I don't
years
speak
of
for the
search.
American healthcare system, but in Britain they mostly don't have like beakers
Record at school, what the school principal told
full
me
of
when I
like
learned
science
Detective
liquid.
Sergeant Donovan gives him the proper disturbed emotional background I need. And with what I found out from the physical examination, this boy's my perfect subject. There were certain telltale marks in his body only I would recognize.
But you know what might happen.
Might? In science, one must be sure. I'm going to take this out of the realm of possibilities into the world of exact science. If I'm successful, then I can be certain.
But you're sacrificing a human life.
Do you cry over a guinea pig? This boy's a free police case. We're probably saving him from the gas chamber.
Boy, he's so young and the transformation horrible.
You call yourself a scientist. That's why you've never been more than an assistant. But if you interfere, if you say one word...
No, Alfred. You can trust me.
Yes, I know that. You've been more than an assistant on other occasions. Accomplice would be a better word.
What is the plan?
Through hypnosis, I'm going to regress this boy back into the primitive past that lurks within him. I'm going to transform him and unleash the savage instincts that lie hidden within.
And then?
Then I'll be judged a benefactor. Mankind is on the verge of destroying itself. The only hope for the human race is to hurl it back into its primitive dawn, to
And
start all over
turn
again.
everyone into teenage werewolves. Alright, not quite following your logic, but alright.
You'll only feel a scratch, believe me. This makes the hypnosis more comfortable and prepares the way for analysis. Now remember, I don't want to be disturbed. Tony, you must think of this as a trip, a sort of voyage of discovery. On the way, we'll find out many fascinating things about you. In the end, no longer be disturbed or troubled, because you will be you. You've placed yourself in my hands. I'm the pilot, you're the passenger.
No, that's
Instead
me.
of going
What are you talking
forward
about?
into space,
I'm the
going
pilot.
backwards, time.
And now he's going into space. You need to
Begin at
be in the
100
dark star to do
and
that
count
shit in
backwards.
this game.
100,
100.
89,
99,
98,
98,
73,
73.
72.
No one will be seated
Quickly, tell me,
during
where are you?
the slow counting backwards scene.
How old are you?
Odd question
I think.
Go on.
for a doctor to be asking an unconscious man, but there we go. And I do use the word man deliberately. He's at least 35. As I keep iterating, he is not a teenager.
He grabs it and runs away.
And what do you do?
I run after him. I jump him. I scratch him, choke him. He's older than I am, but he begins to cry. Some people gather around us and
That'll be all for today. You may wake up. Wake up! You okay, Tony? I'll see you
Tell him it's been 9
day
years.
after tomorrow at the same time.
It'll be funny.
Soon you'll be yourself, your true self. Fifteen,
15,
14,
14.
13,
Repeated scenes of counting
12,
backwards.
11.
Perhaps an indication. Perhaps an
Where are you
indication
now,
that your film is padded and maybe
Where
it
are
should
you?
have been 20 minutes shorter. I don't know.
Tell me what you're doing. 2,
2,
1.
1.
Now where are you, Tony? Concentrate. Where are you now?
I don't know. I don't know it. It's dark. Cold.
Where?
You tell me. Please tell me.
I'll help you because I'm your friend.
Ugh.
All become clear to you.
Tell me. Tell me.
Remember how it felt to run over the hills in the moonlight? To hide by the stream, to wait in silence until...
No. No.
Remember how wonderful it was when you sprang suddenly, dug in with your fangs, a soft throat, the gush of warm blood?
No. No!
Yes. I want you to remember. You must remember.
Or just cut to black. That's all. It was a fade. I've fouled myself. I have to hand in my film degree that I spent
Vic,
actual
you're
money
good
on.
enough to sign up with a band.
He's had lots of offers.
He's not though.
Oh, get off my back, will you?
Isn't that what you told
He's
me?
not. I can play the bongos better than him, and I've never played
Tony,
the
you can
bongos.
tell me to shut up if you want. But you're not with it tonight.
No, I'm not.
Like you're not yourself.
Yes, I'm not myself. I think I'll take Arlene home. Come on, honey, let's get out.
That's right. I promised your
No,
folks
this-
I'd have
this-
you home by midnight.
You list home, Frank?
Child,
Interfere with you lovebirds?
in
No,
inverted
thanks.
commas,
Everybody else
Does-
is paired up. How are you gonna get home?
doesn't need to become
How
a
will I get
teenage
home?
werewolf. He needs
I'll
like
get home on my feet. I'll walk.
antidepressants.
I'll take that shortcut through the woods. Brings me right out by the power works.
Why don't you two join us at Ruby's Drive-In?
No, we're going right home.
Go on, Tony. We'll lock up.
Oh, so you've joined the exclusive set.
Do they run
No,
this
you just
bar?
talk too much, that's all. I'm for peace and quiet.
Oh, come on, Tony, let's go.
Good night, Arlene. See you tomorrow, Tony.
Good night, you say. That was a nighttime scene, was it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Don't forget math. First thing in the morning, early.
Sure, I'll sack in right away.
Is he going to become a teenage werewolf at any point, or are we out of luck on that front? Fairly sure this is the park the Power Rangers were always fighting monsters in.
Hello? Who's there?
Yeah, I think he's... Not only has he got anger management issues, I think he's got an inner ear problem as well.
No! Get away! Get away!
Tragic that this is happening in a public park in broad daylight. Tragic.
Here are the photos, Chris. Thanks.
Oh, the mandatory scene in every 50s B movie. Is it a police station or is it a newspaper office? Probably one and the same.
These the official pictures?
Yes, Chief.
Strange. Who found the body?
Art Logan, the auditor out at the Power Works. Takes that shortcut through the woods every morning. Says the only exercise he gets.
Mm-hmm. Any idea how long the boy's been dead?
No, maybe the PM will show. Coroner has the body.
What's the Prime Minister have to do with this?
Slash on each side of his throat.
Liz Truss is just going to insist that the boy had to die for the glorious economy or some deranged shit she likes going on about.
Boy had no enemies.
There weren't any gang fights in Rockdale.
Any bruises, scratches on his face, clothing ripped off?
No.
Well, then how was the boy killed? You got any theories?
Not a shiv.
Not hands.
Teeth?
Fangs.
Fangs? There's no wild animals around here.
I've walked these woods since I was knee-high to a duck. I've never seen anything wilder than a tomcat.
I know. That's what makes it so hard to believe. But I still say fangs.
Maybe if the boy had a chance to fight, his fingernails will show something.
Let's hope so.
In the meantime, let's keep the lid clamped down on this until the official reports come through. Maybe even after that. Whatever it is, we've got to be sure.
I told Art Logan not to say a word.
Good. Keep these locked in our files.
Yes, Chief.
Just one rumor about fangs in the newspapers will have a field day. Not just the local
They're
papers,
next door,
but
after
reporters
all.
from all over the country will have on-the-spot coverage, photographers. They'll have a field day, all right. Here in Rockdale, we'll have a panic.
Yeah, I know. But I'm more worried about the teenagers at the school.
And check the surrounding towns, see if a carnival, a circus, or a county fair has been setting up their tents. Also see if anybody has a private menagerie. Maybe a big cat got loose some way. If I were you, I'd talk to the
That would not be
farmers
my
in the
first
surrounding areas.
avenue of investigation,
Sometimes
but
they keep a wild dog for protection. Whatever it is, we've got to be sure. Facts first. And don't encourage any rumors. Now, as got to go and see the mayor.
Hi, Peppy. I'm going down to the lab. Better get those pictures locked up in the file.
Peppy, how are you?
Oh, Chris, do you mind if I take a look at that picture?
You knew the boy?
Once in a while, I played pinochle with his father. Very small stakes. Yes, I knew the boy, but perhaps I have a better reason. Let me see the picture.
You're not to say anything about this to anyone, understand?
It's going on 12 years that I'm working here. Have I ever said a word?
What's the matter? You see something we missed?
The poor boy. Poor boy.
Peppy, I don't blame you for being upset. Imagine how his family feels.
I know what killed him.
You do?
He was killed by a werewolf.
Specifically of the teenage variety.
In the old country, in my little village, in the Carpathian Mountains, there was a story passed on.
Okay, so this guy's Romanian.
Some say it was a legend.
I'm no expert at Romanian accents, but I'm willing to bet this is a shaky as fuck accent.
It's a human being possessed by a wolf. When the evil eye is on you,
Are the Carpathians in
savage beast somehow
Romania? They
gets
are, aren't
inside
they?
and controls
Yeah,
you.
Romania, Hungary kind of
Makes you look,
region.
act like a wolf. Makes you hunt down your victim and kill it like a wolf. Yes, kill you with fangs like a wolf.
Why, you're crazy. You better not let anyone hear you talk like that, Peppy. You'll wind up in a booby hatch. Werewolf. Come
I'd like to end up in a booby
Yes,
hatch.
that's what I said. The
Hey,
first
shouts out if
time
you want
it
to
was
end up in a
told.
booby hatch.
Later,
Yeah.
what I told was good. Good stuff. I'm gonna put these away and lock the file. You just forget I never showed them. Yes. I'll be glad to forget this, if I can.
Oh, how awful. Poor Frank.
Well, hello, Tony, my boy. Come on in. You're a little early, but welcome.
Thanks, Dr. Brandon. Well, the reason I came early is...
You don't have to tell me why. Let me be the one to interpret the symptoms. After all, you have placed yourself in my hands, so to speak. Tony, punctuality is a phase of adjustment. Sometimes the patient leans backward to be prompt, comes even before his appointment. Is that clear?
No, Doctor, that's not why I'm here. I wanted to tell you about something...
No, you don't have to tell me now. I'll hear it all under
Yeah,
hypnosis.
doctor.
I'll get the injection ready.
He just cannot let anyone say anything, can he?
Is the scopolamine ready?
Yes.
Doctor, I've got a lump in my... Now I will be the judge of this situation.
Story and a scientific report.
You have a
You
cold.
to be sure. Even in a minor experiment. You know how many guinea pigs are used up before the trailblazers ready to announce a new
This
discovery
guy's
to the
obsessed with
scientific
guinea
world?
pigs.
Surely you know how skeptical scientists are. They'd have to be.
But you realize the consequences.
I realize that I have an old woman for an assistant.
If you mean I have a heart, I don't consider that an insult.
Mean that you're standing in the way of progress.
Progress? You call it progress to hurl back the human race to its savage beginnings?
They prove to be the only
To our werewolf days.
Go ahead, my boy.
Dr. Brandon, there's something I have to tell you.
Now, my boy, pull down your
I don't
pants.
know if it really happened. It's more like a nightmare.
Now, Tony,
There we go.
very often in psychotherapy, strange things seem to happen. Sometimes when we light up the dark corner of the human mind...
Doctor, please help me.
Do exactly as I say. All I can tell you is that your progress is excellent. I've even told the principal of your school that. Yes, I'm extremely pleased with the progress you've been making. And soon, Tony. Very soon. You'll be your true self again.
So we're about halfway through this film now, and there's still not been an excess of teenage werewolf thing, has
Call it
there?
the haunted house.
Question them?
Yeah, just informally. They had a party after a football game and went home. They all drove except Frank, who walked through the woods.
How about his parents?
His mother's in a state of shock. His father wants to know just one thing. What are the police doing about this?
Yeah, that's it. They'll all be down on us unless we find the killer. Chief Baker.
Donovan. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Picked up a couple of vagrants out of the freight yard.
Well, go ahead. I'll be right in.
Well, I checked the neighboring towns. There aren't any circuses, carnivals, or county fairs. If they come at all, they come in the spring.
How about the farms?
I checked those, too. They're mostly truck, very little livestock. A few pigs penned up, some horses. There's a mink farm about 3 miles north of here. But they're all baby mink. First thing they do is cut off their teeth.
Everything seems to lead to a dead end.
Very good, Teresa. Your form is improving. Thank you, Miss Dolphin. But I
What she
must
did was,
repeat, we're
like, get
judged
off the
on
thing.
performance
And maybe that was an
won the
impressive
gymnastic
routine in the
events 3 years
50s.
in a
Everyone
row.
was, you know,
Oh, I certainly
smoking,
hope we win this
eating
time.
steak.
So do I. Have you had enough for today? I've got to go. Oh, gee, I'd like to practice for about another half hour. Well, you don't need me. Just remember the other pointers I gave you. I got some
I mean, you
shopping
do
to do.
technically
You go
need
right
a
ahead.
spotter. That is...
Anyway, you make me very self-conscious.
I don't know if it's a
breathing down
legal
my neck all the
requirement,
time
but I
and
feel like
thinking
you
on
will
all
get
my
sued if there
mistakes.
isn't one,
I
so...
just want to try it a few more times. That's the spirit. Good night. Will you come in, Tony? I hope you didn't mind waiting. I had some reports to finish.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, I wanted to have a little chat with you. And for heaven's sakes, Tony, don't look so glum or so suspicious. For once, we meet on a friendlier basis.
No, you're not going to chew me out then.
As you say, I'm not going to chew you out. Sit down, Tony.
Thank you.
I have a report here from Dr. Brandon. Naturally, all this is kept strictly confidential. It's a report of progress, which I'm happy to confirm.
You mean he says I'm adjusting?
Very much so. Your grades are about the same, but then your grades were always high. However, your conduct is very much improved. Tony, you're coming along just fine.
Thanks, I'm glad.
And as a reward, I want you to know that if you continue this way, you'll earn an honor certificate. Yes, Tony?
Well,
I'll
that's
recommend you to the state
fucking
college.
throwback
Your
to
grades will be high and your deportment will match.
primary school. Your kid misbehaves constantly. There is not one day where he doesn't get snapped up by the teacher, but
on Rockdale High.
he does one
And I
thing
know you
right, and suddenly
So
he's
keep
the
it
top
up
of the
till
goddamn
graduation.
class.
Then you'll be off
Ones
to
who,
your
like,
real
do
career.
everything right
Thanks a lot.
forever. Speaking
I always knew
from
that if
experience,
somehow we could just break through,
they just kind of linger in
and
the
you
middle
really get
because,
inside
like,
of you, you'd be a credit to your father.
they're just alright guys.
Thank you.
Nice guys, as the phrase goes, finish last. Although that might be more to do with sex than primary school. For the love of God, don't get the two conflated. That would be a disaster. Not an impressive routine. He's turning into the Hulk. Oh, I do love, like, wavy effect transformations in the 50s. Why is he on the roof? Oh, because... Oh, I see. I see. Get fucked, Tony. Alright, this is the teenage werewolf action I wanted from the start. Good on the film for finally getting right, I suppose. Better late than never.
Did you see him?
Yes, I saw.
Broadly
Did you
unfazed
recognize him?
by the teenage werewolf, but there we go.
I'll call the police. I'll call the police!
Well, that's the blanket, but when are they breaking out the body? People don't know how to handle fluids in this film, do
I know
they?
this is difficult, but anything you can do to help us.
Are they lobbing them at walls, squeezing them, keeping them in mad science beakers?
It came running out of the gymnasium. I recognized the jacket, trousers,
They were the same.
see, the face, the eyes, the hands like claws.
I never saw anything like it before.
But you recognized him.
It was Tony, all right. It was his jacket.
Anybody chasing?
No, it all happened too fast. Besides, we were paralyzed, man, just too paralyzed.
And then he disappeared.
Yeah, like an animal. They jumped the fence and ran to the fields.
Police are doing stellar work here, keeping track of the rampaging werewolf. They're just at the school asking, and you definitely saw
The
him.
whole area's been blocked off. All points bulletin has gone out. There's no way he can possibly escape.
He?
Ed, call it what you will.
Seems to me werewolf would be more appropriate.
Very well, then. I realize it makes a better story. Werewolf.
In the meantime, what protection are you giving the people, especially the teenagers?
Very best we possibly can.
Guns.
Parents have been warned to keep their children at home. Theaters, recreation halls, bowling alleys have all been shut down.
What about the werewolf?
Posse's been formed. They're going to start right away.
Replace werewolf with coronavirus and,
Not for long.
You hope. You'll find this is different
It's
than
not,
tracking down the ordinary criminal. You're dealing with the cunning, the ruthlessness of something
not
that's
too far from actual 2020.
Let's don't add to the panic that already
Probably.
exists.
The people are entitled to know everything, and my paper's going to see that they get it. Maybe if you hadn't kept the first murder so secret.
Don't try to place the blame for this. We did everything that was reasonable in the interest of public protection and safety.
All right. May we see the official pictures?
No, they're locked in our files.
You can't keep this a secret, Chief. The second murder has blown the lid off. A TV truck is on its way out right now. Teenagers are going to be interviewed. Parents, teachers. A psychologist was involved too, wasn't he?
You can't pry into that. Just what are you trying to do? Add to the grief of the families already involved?
Don't make this a personal issue, Chief Baker. You have your work cut out, we have ours.
In that case, gentlemen, You'll understand that we're very busy.
Well, there's one thing you can be sure of. We'll be with
You
you
are
every
very
step
busy.
of the hunt from now on.
Oh, I'm sure of that, Mr. Doyle.
Doctor, what's your opinion?
I'm sorry, Sergeant, but I cannot be swayed by mass hysteria.
But there were eyewitnesses who swear they saw him.
Hallucinations. I'd have to see this so-called beast with my own eyes. After all, a scientist needs a platform of concrete facts before venturing an opinion, and overwhelming proof before stating a conclusion.
Doctor, this is hardly the time for a lecture. You had Tony under your professional care. You were with him time and again. You were supposed to help him.
As far as I know, I did. His behavior after I took the case proves it.
Did you come across any hint, a clue? Did he reveal anything?
I keep careful case histories of all my patients, but I don't need to tell you that's a matter of strict confidence between doctor and patient.
Yes, I'm aware of that. However, we hoped you would cooperate, help us.
Don't you think you're wasting a lot of valuable time interrogating me? After all, your duty is to try and find this young man.
Why do you shy away from the word? Everyone's using it. Werewolf.
I do not subscribe to old wives' tales. It's my belief that these legends or myths passed out with the invention of electricity. After all, this is America, modern America.
Electricity didn't get invented.
Mountains.
What do the Carpathian Mountains have to do with us?
That's where the legend was born.
It's a fundamental, like,
believe in werewolves.
thing, right?
In the shadows of night, creep over
It's like
there,
fire. No one
hills.
invented fire.
The hungry dogs howl in the moonlight. The peasants.
And it annoys me when
themselves
people say
hiding
that
their
fire
house.
got invented, because
Any canine they see,
I didn't know it was
sharp
discovered.
white teeth and glittering eyes, they call a werewolf.
you buffoon.
Doctor, you seem to know a great deal about these myths.
I amuse myself with fantasy.
And as a 50s man, I
live
smoke 90 a
by
day.
facts.
Hi, Pepe. You're in late tonight.
Oh, Chris, was this teenage girl killed the same way?
Yeah, same way.
I told you. I knew. A werewolf.
Tell me something, Pepe. In the old country, did they ever catch a werewolf?
Never. Never.
Did your boyfriend ever give you any indications?
Never, never.
Do you realize that if this thing had come over him when he was with you...
Now, there's no use upsetting our little girl any more than she is now. Sorry that you talked to her in the first place.
Yes, I think that's enough. She's been crying ever since this thing happened. She must get more rest.
Well, just one more picture.
Just one more picture of this crying teenager.
Now, you're not going to let her go to school.
Well, school's closed till this thing is over. Anyway, we'll
Yes,
protect
I
her
mean,
right here in
oh.
our own home.
You don't really believe that your son is...
No, I can't believe.
What kind of a boy was Tony? Is Tony?
He was always on the quiet side. Kept pretty much to himself. Maybe I should have remarried. A good woman around the house, the affection of a mother. Boy needs that, especially when he's grown up. Not that Tony ever complained. I even asked him. Does he miss... should I? He said, no, Dad. We'll get along all right, just two of us. As if he knew no woman could ever replace his mother in my heart. Or in his.
What I mean is, did he always obey?
Yes. Only you had to know how to ask him. Ask him the right way and he'd do anything. Tony's a good boy. I don't care what they say. Tony's a good boy.
No, he
Yet
was a
hasn't come
pillock.
home, or you haven't heard from him since he left the school early this morning. Now, certainly he must know how worried you are. Of course, you know what the principal and his teenage friends are saying about Terry, how it looked. Now, wouldn't this indicate to you that perhaps Tony...
Leave me alone, will you?
Who's Kimberly Downs, I wonder? This seems like a mystery that warrants investigation, because God knows the film isn't exactly compelling me.
Pat, men are all ready.
Oh, thanks. May seem like a long shot, Donovan, but if we can capture it before morning, save the community a lot of trouble. Panic.
Try. Night in the woods might be tough.
One thing in our favor, can't go very far, can only travel on foot. Also, it's got to stop to rest.
Okay, so it's a cattle farm. That's slightly anticlimactic as an answer, but there we go.
All right, now we'll move in stagger fashion. We'll circle the outer edges
Another
first,
stagger version.
and keep going round and round till we meet in the center. If you run across it, or even if you see any suspicious tracks, notify me immediately on the walkie-talkie. Now, don't fire unless you're attacked. I'll try to bring this thing in alive if possible.
What do with the police, and there are laws literally in
Further the
place
woods, I want you to light the torch.
that stop us from ever getting
Animals
accused
are
of
afraid
anything.
fire. Maybe werewolves are too. All right, let's go. Come on, Doc. All right, men, close up. You're going to light the torches. Ahead, Charlie. Take a couple of torches and go on up the hill there. Donovan, will you take a man and beat up this ravine?
Aye.
All right, you go ahead.
Okay, I was looking at my phone for a bit. I'm a very bad streamer in that way. But I noticed the police are using torches now. So that's odd, in a lot of ways. I don't think, and I'm no police officer myself, I don't think those are standard equipment.
Hey, Mike, come over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. The Hong Kong films are better. This is just a guy having an unsuccessful pawn shop with a dog. This guy could use the Kung Fu Finger book, I'll tell you that. Watching this has made me decide that next stream we are going to be watching another Hong Kong film because this is dire. But on the much hyped Halloween stream we're going to be watching an Indonesian film. Is it Indonesian? I think it's Indonesian, yeah. So let it never be said my choice of cinema is not global in its reach. Oh yeah, that torch is really illuminating this gloomy night. No, I once had a film lecturer that said, at university, that said that, like, it's okay to shoot day for night. Like, he honestly said with a straight face, and he was usually cut quite straight up as a lecturer. I quite liked him. But he once said that,
Donovan, did you see anything?
There's a dog back
that like, day for night looks fine.
He's got to be in here someplace.
And, like, legitimately, I lost a ton of respect for him that day, because it just fucking doesn't.
Donovan, post guard so he can't
It's the
possibly
worst.
escape.
It always looks fake. It doesn't matter how much you dress it up. Day for night, always looks criminally fake. I mean, there was a day when you could excuse day for night, you know. I think this is maybe a bit late for it, but certainly in like the 20s, early 20s, and before, like, cameras were such that filming at night was a tall goddamn order. So they usually just tinted the screen to infer that it was nighttime. Now that's how the original Nosferatu works.
Go ahead, answer it.
Just
tell him to give himself up.
you know, now we have invented cameras that can shoot at night. You should use those. Both the cameras and the night time.
Hello? Thanks. Thanks. It's only the foreman. I'm not being docked for staying home tonight. If that matters. If anything could matter. If I only knew for sure he's still alive. If I only knew.
There's 10 minutes left in this film, so I reckon he's gonna die with 1 minute left to go. Probably like 15 seconds. Our problematic friend Tony is not long for this world, I'll tell you that.
Look back, Baron. Got the cloth ripped off. How do you know it's his? Official description, he wore a jacket like this. But how do you know that's part of his jacket? No, I think we better call his quarter.
Alfred.
I'll interrupt Hugo.
Alfred, aren't you wasting your time? Or do you have a second victim in view?
I'm not wasting my time, and I don't like to hear the subject of a world-shaking experiment referred to as a victim.
Call it what you like, but he's being hunted down like a dangerous animal. And after he's captured.
I'm not so sure he will be captured. Transformation into a werewolf is not all on the minus side. It also gives the subject the cunning of an animal.
You think somehow he will come here?
All I have to do is wait. He must come here. I'm the only link he has
He can
left.
come where he wants.
His last hope.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Oh wait, no, that's not who I am, that's fine. The slowest police chase I think I've ever seen. Good lord.
Hey, you! Next time use a crosswalk. It's a wonder more people aren't killed.
Let her answer. All right, miss. You answer it. Remember now, hold him long enough so we can trace the call.
Hello? Hello?
No one will be seated as Tony puts a phone away.
Whoever he was, he hung up.
Do you recognize his voice?
So she just said he hung up, at which point he put the phone to his ear. What was his goal there?
Look, miss, if you're trying to protect him by holding back anything, you're wrong. His best bet is to give himself up.
I only heard the word hello. How could I be sure?
Sergeant Donovan. Where?
Very phone-centric film, I'm starting to realise.
In the Hudson. Thank you, 10th Hudson. What came in? Somebody just caught sight of him.
Downtown?
Makes sense. No trace of him in the woods, and all the roads are blocked. Let's go, Chris.
The results of the case of Mrs. Banks indicate that I was expecting. Come on in, Tony.
Dr. Brennan, I know what I am. What I become. Help me, doctor, please! I know they're going to kiss me, but don't let anyone see me like that. Please, doctor, help me! Please help me!
That's how I ask for prescriptions, actually. That's how I managed to get my levothyroxine prescription.
Too late to bring the dead back to life. But at least you can help him. Help correct a terrible mistake.
Mistake? You dare call a scientific triumph a mistake? What do you
Why is the evil scientist keeping this guy around? All he does is
make
whinge.
the voyage back once more. I must see with my own eyes and record with my own camera. Here, you'll be the witness. You'll have it all on film. From the time I first give him the injection through the transformation. And then no one will doubt my word. Even the most exacting, the most skeptical of scientists will be convinced that I have penetrated the deepest secrets of creation.
Of this boy.
That I've achieved the first perfect case of regression.
Not generally the kind of thing scientists are, they make their reputation on, is it? I've regressed someone. like, the design is alright until you get to the teeth. And then you've lost me, if I'm being honest. Yeah, that's what bothers me about this film. Keeping the phone in the examination room, that's a bold move.
Alfred, stop him!
Tony. Tony, I'm your friend. I'm the only friend you've got.
No one smashes beakers like this guy. I'll tell you.
Tony! No, Tony!
There's no other way out. Nothing else we could do.
We had to.
Yeah. Did you see his face? I mean, before? I'll never forget it. But at least they'll see him this way now. What about him?
Here's his real
I don't
face, riddled with bullets, but...
My hunch is the score was even.
Boy, the newspapers will just eat this up.
Yeah. But after they've had their field day, one thing will be clear. It's not for man to interfere in the ways of God.
Hey, we got God talk in the 50s B movie. No B movie is complete without God suddenly getting involved. Oh, that wasn't very good. I'm glad you were here for it, though. Oh, then that's just where the film cut. You know what? Not the worst film, worst 50s B movie I've watched on this stream. What would be the worst of those? The War of the Colossal Beast was pretty fucking dire. Maybe that? I don't know. Tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to think about what we learned about tampering in God's domain or some shit. And in the meantime, I'm going to go to the toilet. I mean bathroom. I mean, I'm going to go and have an idle meeting. There we go. That's what I do. See you in a minute. Oh boy. I've returned from my idle meeting. We just wrote a new song for our fans. Yes, me and the rest of the Hollow Live gals. Well, there are guy ones too now, aren't there? Anyway, yes, yes. We don't have long until we start descending, do we? No, not long at all things considered. Suppose I should get rid of this actually, shouldn't I? Ba-bam! There's peace once more. So that movie ended with the werewolf getting shot, right? Shot with a gun. And that got me thinking, is there a video game that has guns in it? And I thought about this for a while, and the answer is yes. And that game is Risk of Rain 2. And Risk of Rain 2 has items. And that got me thinking, where would those items be ranked? Well, let's find out together as we tier Risk of Rain 2 items. This is my personal tier list. I'm sure it will make pro players, if there is such a thing for Risk of Rain 2, hold their head in their hands in utter disbelief, but this is just me. This is the shit I'm into. Speaking of the shit I'm into, let's start with the Soldier Syringe. S tier for me. Starting out strong. I love the Soldier Syringe. I know a lot of people don't tend to rank this item that highly, but I do, because I played a run yesterday where I had... This is just one reason I love it, I should point out. That I love it on its own terms, but it was particularly advantageous yesterday when I had a big stack of them and a big stack of the Lost Seers lenses, which is one of the new items in the DLC. And which famously, why am I using that word? Don't know. But it makes things die instantly. There's like a small chance of things dying instantly. And having a quick attack speed means that the chances of things dying instantly are increased. So that's just one example of why I love Soldier Syringe. Another example is it just makes your gun shoot really quickly, and that's fun, right? So I love Soldier Syringe. It gets an S tier. Tougher Times. S. What can you say? Now, I think this is one where a lot of the meta-focused players will actually agree with me. Is, you know, you stack a bunch of these, and half the time you just don't take any damage. What's not to love, right? I can think of many runs that would have been ruined were it not for Tougher Times. Next up is this the healing thingy? B. It's okay. It's fine. Lens Maker Glasses, I think is what they're called. They're an S tier. Oh, no, S. Stack 10 of them, guaranteed crits. Even if you stack 5 of them, that's like a 50% chance of crits, right? That's still amazing. Even just one of them, like 10%. If you're playing like multi, that's still pretty great, even if you've just got one of these. So, yeah, Lens Maker Glasses, they get an S tier. And that's not even mentioning the number of effects that depend on getting criticals, of which there are many. Paul's Goat Hoof. You know what, this one's C actually. I don't quite remember which one it is, but I'm sure I get to C. And Paul's Goat Hoof gets a B. It's alright. Makes you move faster, but you need to stack quite a lot of them before you even really notice. But they do make you move faster, and that is ultimately the easiest way to stay alive in Risk of Rain. Mushrooms. Now, if we were purely talking engineer, obviously these are going to be triple S. An engineer is my main, so it's going to be in the upper half, but I realise most characters it's not so useful. Very useful for farming the health for money totems. But, you know, obviously, especially as the difficulty rises, standing still for any prolonged period is suicide. I realise that. But they do get a lot of points for being good on engineer, so they're going to get a B. But in my heart, they're an S. Crowbars, they're good. I'm going to give them an A. Pair the crowbar with Will-o'-the-Wisps, and they're extremely effective, but just on their own terms. Especially when you have a few stacked, they're great. I really like them. That's all there is to say about the crowbars, really. There you go. They're good. Also a good item. Bleeding. The daggers. I'm going to give them... Are they an A or a B item? I'm going to go B for a respectable B. High B. Verging on A for tri-tip daggers. Very similar to the burn effect, really. In fact, I don't quite know what the difference is between the two. I think burn effects can spread to other enemies, but I don't know. The flag. Now, this one never scores very highly in metas, but you know what? I like it. Right, I think it's an unobtrusive item that just makes everything shoot faster, which is ultimately the aim of the game. This isn't going to be a popular decision. I think they're an A tier item. I really like them. This thing. What does this thing do? Does this make a little shield? They're fine. I'm going to give him a B. I'm being pretty generous to it, but I'll give it a B. Or is this the shield thing? Fuck it, B, I don't care. This one, whatever. Never been that keen on it. D. Like, it does heal you, but there's better healing items in the game, I feel. Gasoline. S. It makes things catch fire and it kills them very quickly. What more do you want? This one is a D for me. The stun grenade. I've never found it that effective. I don't really know what it does. I mean, obviously it stuns things, but as far as I can tell, it's never... You know, my gameplay has never really hinged on whether or not I stun something. So, the grenade gets a D. Fireworks. A. You could see me fluttering between them. In my heart they're an S, but realistically they're an A because they're not very high damage. But you stack a few of them and they're extremely useful, especially in the later phases. Even though, as I say, they're not that powerful, they will just proliferate the entire map. It's great. I was playing a game yesterday, the same game I mentioned earlier, where I paired that, a big stack of them, with the ICBM, one of the new items in Survivors of the Void. And good God, I was just flooding the entire map with fireworks. It was unbelievable. It was affecting the frame rate quite a lot, actually. But it was amazing, and I think if it weren't for that game yesterday kind of reorganising the chemistry of my brain, I think these will be a B tier item. As it stands now, they're an A tier item. I really love them. Really love them. I think I'm about to get asked to descend. Are you going to ask me to descend? I guess not. Alright, continue. What's this? Energy drink. This is an A tier item for me. I like it, I'd say even it's quite high A, to be honest, or mid to high. I like it much more than Paul's Goat Hoof. The effect is much more immediate, and I'm sprinting most of the time anyway, because the characters I play as have very passive damage. You know, I'm an engineer and acrid main, so I don't have much use for standing still and shooting things. But, and plus, when you pair that with acrid, it scales bizarrely. So you get like 3 of them and you can launch yourself basically the entire way across the map. It's great. This one, it's very circumstantial. Double clip depending on who you're playing as. It's quite good as engineer. You get more mines. As acrid, you get more. What do you get more with that? It's either the secondary fire or the spit. I don't remember. But one of them. So yeah, they're going to be a B item. They're not particularly high B, but it's a handy item. The maracas, I call them the maracas. I don't think they're called the maracas. They're going to be a high B for me. I'm not really organising them much, so just keep in mind that as a high B. Yeah, it just attaches an explosive to baddies and it makes them explode more. What more do you want? That's fine. Rusty key. I don't care about this item. D. It opens kind of boxes in like one specific phase, but they're just kind of normal boxes, and they don't really offer that much. It's interesting. Whatever. More items is more items, and it doesn't like hinder anything, so yeah. D. Whatever. Armor piercing rounds. They're a C tier item for me. I've never really felt like a boss fight hinged on me having these. But I guess, you know, I'm not going to say no to them. This is the sprint and you don't get damaged as much thing. Not to boast, I usually don't get hit when I'm sprinting anyway. Although, is that because I've always got loads of them and I've forgotten what it's like to not have them? I don't know. But, D. I don't like that one very much. I'm never clambering for this item, but I guess it's pretty useful. It's, you know, damage enemies that are close to you. That's a pretty useful effect. I never felt like my game hinged on it. But with Acrid, who is, you know, a close range character, yeah. I give it a B. Not really a high B, but I give it a B nonetheless. The stake, 100 extra health, I guess that's kind of helpful, but I don't care. D. I forget what this does. Oh no, this just gives like more armor, doesn't it? Yeah, fine, whatever, C. It's not particularly flashy or interesting, but I guess, you know, every little helps, I guess. Where's my mouse gone? Where is my mouse cursor gone? Oh, there it is. Right, nearing the last waypoint now. That's exciting. I'm excited. I hope you are too. The mobile rocket launcher thingy. I like this item. Not my favourite item, but I like this item. Because when you have a bunch of them stacked, and I think I like fireworks more. But that might just be because the fireworks are more spectacular. Whatever, it's a spectacular game. If it were only slightly different, it would be a spectacle fighter. I'm going to go B for that one. Will-o'-the-Wisps S. I love Will-o'-the-Wisps. Just increases, it just makes enemies have a big explosion, and it usually kills all the, and that obviously chains, and it will kill all just the squishy enemies pretty immediately. It's great. Hopu Feather. Yeah, I'm going to give it an A. Makes you double jump. Can't say fairer than that, can you? Actually, on, I forget which level it is. The one where the bosses are usually either the Imp Overlord or the Grove Tender or the pot things. Very useful on that level because all the ledges are like just a little too high for one jump and you need to double jump. So that's a good item. Ukulele is an S tier item. I love it. Everyone loves the ukulele, right? Just change damage, and that in turn makes things die quicker. And it pairs brilliantly with everything else in S tier, like Gasoline, Will-o'-the-Wisps. Oh my god, forget about it. It's amazing. Leeching Seed. Yeah, I like Leeching Seed. It's never the first item I'm reaching for, but I like it. I'm gonna give it a B. Now I get this one. I always get this one. Can you see which one I'm shaking? You can. Good. I always get this one mixed up with this one. I can never really remember which one is which. One puts you into a frenzy. The other does something else. I don't remember what the other thing is, but I like them both. They both get A tier. The move faster out of combat thing. Well, you're rarely not in combat in Risk of Rain, so it's kind of a useless item, all in all. D. Old War Stealth Kit. C. Is it a D or a C? Scraping a C, I think. I don't care about the Old World Stealth Kit, really, but I guess it has saved my bacon on one or two occasions, so for that, it gets put in C. Criticals heal you is what this item is not called. That's good. Basically, alright, yeah, fine. Anything that makes you not die is good. I'm going to give that an A tier. Not a very high A tier, but an A tier. Fuel Cell. Yeah, this item is really good. Gives you extra uses of your Q skill, which, I mean, depends on your Q skill, but most of the time that's pretty good. You know, if you've got like the disposable rocket launcher or the backup drones. What else? Molotov cocktails. Yeah, this is a real good item. I don't know that I'd quite put it in A tier. Sorry, S tier. But I'd say it's an A tier item. I like it. This one, I barely notice it's there most of the time. D. Razor wire. Is this right? No, that's razor wire. I don't remember what this one is. Therefore, it gets a C. I feel like it is something useful, but I don't remember quite what. Yeah, what? Huh? No. Yeah, right. The rose buckle, is that what this is called? It decreases your damage when you're sprinting. That's... What's... Okay, all into continuous plan, good. This is fine, but I've never really felt like it has much of an effect. But I won't say no to it, I guess. I'm gonna go C. Right, this one makes the little flame effects, I think. That's quite good, I'll give it a B. This one does something else, and I don't remember what that is. So therefore it gets a C. I remember it being a pretty good item though. I think these are both kind of damage items. I should probably make a category that just says like, can't remember what this is. I do remember what this is though, and it's the worst item in the game. Chrono Bubble gets an F. No one likes the Chrono Bubble. It doesn't do anything. Sure, it technically slows down enemies, but who cares? So what? So what? The Chrono Bubble sucks ass. Where's my mouse pointer disappeared to? Hello? Reappear now. If you could reappear, that would be great. There we go. Okay. Don't know what that was all about. But yeah, Chrono Bubble sucks. It is good if you just need like an extra thing to like make the death mask go off. Other than that, useless, worthless. Don't get the Chrono Bubble. No one likes getting the Chrono Bubble. The thing that makes you jump forward fast. C, and I'm being generous to it. Old Guillotine. Yeah, this is a good item. I'm going to give it an A tier. Just makes elite enemies less powerful, and that's nothing but a good thing, right? Warhorn. I don't remember what this one does, but I do remember it being quite good. You can go in B. Healing flower thing. Never felt like it was that beneficial. D. Razor wire. Very good. Almost an S tier. But I'm going to put it in A. Yeah, it's very good, and that, actually this will often kill squishy enemies in one shot, especially in the later game. Gauze Tome, get treasure, fine. I've never felt like, again, this is one that's never really, the fate of a run has never really hanged on me having this item, but it goes there. Now, Squid Polyp. Again, if you have enough money to like spam a totem or something, you can spawn 1 million of them and it's great. What do you want? Oh, okay. 200. And we'll control speed. Alright, that looks good to me. Bit of a sharp descent, but that's fine. Squid Polyp, yeah. Circumstantially good. Well, they do die quickly. I'm going to put it in C, but you know what? I like them fine. Death Mask, I'm going to give it a B. Makes things die quick if you have a certain number of items, which does mean they're very circumstantial. You're not going to be getting the Death Mask effects early in the game. Even in the late game, you're lucky to get it. But when you do get it, it is a nice advantage to have. Now, I don't know if meta-focused players are going to agree with me on this one, but I have an incredible soft spot for the Brilliant Bazooka. I think that's what it's called. And I'm going to give it an S tier. I love it. Why? Because it makes everything explode. What more do you want? Right? You know, explosions, this causes them automatically. That's great. Very good. Pairs well with the, what are they called? Lost Seer lenses, actually, because even though bosses are immune to its effects, all that happens is they don't roll for that effect. They're not themselves actually immune to the effect. So if a squishy enemy dies to it, and that effect was splash damage and it splashes onto the boss, they will also automatically die. Which is great, right? But I remember one of my very earliest runs was Multi, and I happened across this item, and it was the moment I decided that I loved Risk of Rain 2. Just suddenly his machine gun was making everything explode, and I decided, you know what, this is my favourite game of 2020, which is a stance I stand by. Absolutely my favourite game of 2020, Risk of Rain 2. The Brilliant Behemoth gets an A. Again, I think that's what it's called. The daggers, S. 12,000 feet. Let's control speed a little. 4,000 feet can do. Probably. Jesus Christ, alright. 1,800, okay.
Descend and maintain 1,800 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect RNAV Zulu runway tree to approach via PPDSA transition. Clear to PPDSA Cessna Sierra Whiskey Tango.
Anyway, where were we? Glad you asked. I didn't really talk about why these are S tier, because they make knives appear, and the things they kill make more knives appear, and within a few moments the entire map is flooded with knives and everything is dying instantly. Glorious. S tier. The Icicle. I think this is an S as well, you know. Well, no, I'm going to put it in A, I think. That's a great item, especially with the Ninja Guy, Loda, and Acrid. Because they're all close range characters. You're going to be close to everything. You're going to be killing everything quickly with the field this creates. And obviously it grows with the more things you kill. Only downside is that it does dissipate a little quickly. The mask makes ghosts appear. Useful, but not entirely reliable, I feel like. B. I'm probably being generous to it. What are these? Oh, they're the jumpy things, aren't they? I used to not really like these items, but on my run the other day when, like, that thing was happening where you have so many energy drinks that you randomly just shoot up into the skybox sometimes, you hold the interact button and you do the mother of all Super Mario stomps onto enemies. It's very satisfying, very funny. I like this item. A. The horns, don't remember what they do. I do remember them being quite effective. Don't remember what they do, so it's going to be a B. Probably. Maybe you can go in. No, okay, you can be in B. That's fine. The coil is an S tier item. It never like occurs to me as a particularly powerful item for some reason, but I mean its capacity for just making the entire map instantly die is near unparalleled. Rivaled probably only by the knives, to be honest. E7 Leaf Clover. It's not spectacular. Kind of need to read a wiki to know exactly what it's doing, but when you know what it is doing, S tier. Makes you luckier. All your unsuccessful rolls get rolled again. Fine, can't stay fairer than that, right? It inherently makes you better at Risk of Rain. Great. Can't stay fairer than that. Sentient Meat Hook. I'm going to give this one a B. For some reason I get this item loads. It's like almost guaranteed to be the one red item I get every run. And yeah, it's I mean, if everything's close together, everything is exploding more, huh? Let's see how that works. This is a fairly helpful item, I suppose. Never really conscious that it's doing much, but it is. So, I don't know what this item is. Let's see. Don't know what that one is either. C. I think that item is useful, but I don't really remember, so it's going to get a B. Come back to life if you die thing. A. It's fair enough, right? You get a second chance. Can't stay fairer than that. This one. Oh, God. What does this one do? I know you get it. Oh, I did get it for beating the alloy worship unit. I don't remember what it does. D. I don't remember. Sorry, dude. A brain, again. Don't know. I don't get very lucky with red items, I'm suddenly realizing. Is this a Healy item? C. I don't fucking know. C is the I don't know category. C. Don't know. Sorry. There we go. Don't know, sorry. This is helpful, but I don't remember quite what it is, so it gets a B. Charge thing that makes things die more, that's good. Healing thing on kill. This is a good item. You know, if a bunch of squishy enemies explode simultaneously, you get basically impossible to die because there are so many healing fields that you are just regenerating functionally automatically, which is grand to me. Can't stay fairer than that, can you? I don't remember what you are, I'm sorry. Nor you. Nor you. Nor you. You make wisps shoot out when you sprint, that's quite helpful. You go there. Or are you the one that makes the alloy units appear? No, I think that's that one. And that one's also very good, even though it's confusing because you think you're being chased by an alloy unit constantly. This one gives you more health, fair enough. B. Don't know, sorry. Don't know, sorry. Don't know, sorry. Well, that siphon. This one siphons health from nearby enemies. That's quite helpful. I can't deny that. A. I feel like my runs have been saved a few times by it. All right, lunar items. Half your health, double your damage. Very fun, but risky. B. Brown. Don't know, sorry. Bug. Don't know, sorry. Oh, this one increases your healing, but it's applied over time. Don't like it much. D. Don't know, sorry. This one makes the little orbs shoot out instead of your primary fire. It's not bad with Engineer, but even so, I think I prefer his regular shoot. Even so, I don't dislike it, so it gets there. Hang on, I'm thinking of that item. I don't know what that one is. But yeah, no, this one gets a C. And I do know what it is. This lets you fight the final boss, like one of the final bosses. Fair enough. D, I guess. Fun secret to discover. Don't know, sorry. Don't know, sorry. This one makes like a meteor shower happen that might damage you. D. Don't know, sorry. Actually, that might be the meteor one. Don't know, sorry. Don't know, sorry. I feel like I do know what that one does, but it's a C anyway. Don't know, sorry. I don't fuck around with lunar items more often than not. They run killers. That's most of what they're good for. What else we got? What the dickens else we got? Disposable rocket launcher. This is a good item. High damage rockets shoot out of you for a bit. Like the fireworks, but high damage. A tier. This one I don't remember, sorry. Black hole thing, yeah, I don't care for it that much. Guaranteed crit for 8 seconds. Fair enough. It's helpful in the early game, I'll say that. Maybe not so much later on, doesn't scale well. Now, no one has time for this item, and I get it, but try it when you've stacked a load of fuel cells. It's really fun. Maybe not the most effective, but it's damn spectacular. You know the ending of Iron Man 3? Basically that. It's a B item for me. Rayon Accumulator? Yeah. BFG 9000. It's an A tier. This one makes you fly, kind of worthless. It's a D tier. Let's check on my altitude. We're at 6,000 feet currently and descending. Righty tighty. This one makes an electric thing happen pretty good actually. Big. Crowdfunder. I love the crowdfunder. Scales well. Doesn't start out very good when you don't have any money. Beta stages when you're swimming in cash. It's brilliant. High damage machine gun, fires quickly, or spools up to fire quickly. A tier. Don't know, sorry. This isn't technically a very good item, but I'll be lying if I said it hadn't actually proved useful on occasion. Even though it's not spectacular, I'm going to give it a B, and no one is going to like that decision. But whatever. Don't know, sorry. What are you? Don't know, sorry. I have a horrible feeling I've stuck the vending machine one in don't know, sorry, but I don't remember what that one looks like. Egg. I don't like this item. It's not good. Like, okay, it makes you invulnerable for a while, but I feel like you don't do any damage. Oh no, that's the alloy summoning thing, isn't it? Oh no, you go in B. I don't know how the fuck I put it in B. Whoops. What did I put it in A? This list is a goddamn shambles. I'm gonna get to the end of the orange ones. Then no, sorry. This one's fine. Recycler, yeah, it's got its use. B. More health or something. No, sorry. Lens effects, boring. These are just choose your own item orbs. Can I get through the void items before we have to, like, actually land the plane? That is the question. Well, first what I'm going to do is control speed. Hey there, hello. Why are you doing this, plane? Don't shake around. Let's skip to the void items. Those are the exciting. Oh, pocket ICBM. That's a. Wow, this list is really goddamn mixed up. I should have done this when I have more time to rank tons of shit. Lost seer lenses. They scale spectacularly. S. Corrupted life. Saved my turret's ass on more than one occasion. B. Needle tick. Who cares? D. These are an F tier item for engineer. Everyone else, B. These are all the characters that kind of prioritize sprinting. Rusted key. Where did I put the other rusted key? Put him in D. I did. Yeah, it goes in the same place. Whatever. I don't care. The corrupted ukulele thingy, I prefer the regular ukulele, but it's not bad. See, where am I currently? Alright, we're on track. Am I still being sick? There we go, I've been cured. Don't know, sorry. These ones, as an engineer main, S, you get another turret, brilliant. These ones aren't as good as gasoline. Where did I put gasoline? Put them in S. They're gonna get a B. Plasma shrimp, S. Tons of shots. Brilliant. What more can you want? You shoot more. Is this the corrupted chronobobble? I think it is. I remember it being better than like the regular chronobobble, but like, not by much. D. Corrupted 57 leaf clover. I've never lived long enough to actually feel its effect. Just no one's fault but my own, but it seems pretty good to me. It gets a B. Don't remember, sorry. Don't remember, sorry. This will do it for this absolute shambles of a Risk of Rain 2 tier list, I think. I should really land a plane now. There we go. Oh, actually, one more thing. Early game, you're going to get hit loads and loads and loads, which makes... Where did it go? Where's it gone? What? Ah, there it is. Roll of pennies. Very good. A. Swimming in money by the end of level 1. It's great. Enhance the burn effect. Brilliant. S. Actually, you know, downgrade it to A. It doesn't do much on its own, but when you have gasoline, irreplaceable. It's amazing. Do we still have time to... Alright. What else is there? This one is just like makes a line on the screen. It's not helpful, D. Molotovs are fine, but I'm not reaching for them first. C. Instantly kill a boss on a hit. That's nice, but after that it's completely useless. C. Keep the shops open and refund purchases. That's pretty good, actually. It's helped me out on occasion. I'm going to give that a B. Gubo Jr. A tier. He's spectacular. He is a lad. Mocha is okay. B. Watch, I don't really remember what it does. It breaks a lot. C. Strange shaped opal. No, that gets a B, even though I don't really remember what it does. Potion saved my life a few times. Alright, that's all the regular items categorized. And now we actually will land a plane. So, get out of here. And tier list was my recompense for not streaming Risk of Rain today.
Cessna Sierra Whiskey Tango.
Why do we sound so resigned there? Cessna Sierra Whiskey Tango. Cessna Sierra Whiskey Tango. Good. I don't know. Fine.
Is on final runway tree 2 to land.
None of that. Oh boy, you bet it is. Alright, at this point, autopilot is off. Gates haven't appeared yet, which is something of a concern. I'm also getting a lot of turbulence, which is not great. But we will triumph as we do in all things. Not really looking at the chat right now because I'm hyper focused, but there we go. Let's go away for right now, but gonna straighten up pretty soon. Oh, there. Little low. Oh, and they've vanished. That's not great. Oh, and they've reappeared. Okay. Away you go. Alright. Absolutely. Incredible, incomparable. Probably should have turned off that. I didn't, that's fine. So, are you going to give me turn next taxiway, final approach, order, landing, or you gonna no? Not gonna do that? Alright then. Gonna have to do an awkward turn, I'm sorry to say. What is parking around here? I do not know. I thought they'd updated Australia so it was all like good and stuff. I'm gonna turn there. Hope Australia doesn't mind. There we go. I see planes over there. I'm just going to put my plane there. I don't think anyone's...
Yankee Papa Papa Delta Traffic Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey
Never mind.
is clear of the runway.
Oh man, I've made him say a lot of things, haven't I? Ugh. Where the hell am I going to park? Yeah, we'll do. Alright. Good. Marvelous. Spectacular. Why is my face still like that? There we go. Alright. So at this point... Oh, then we'll turn off the engine. There we go. At this point, I'm going to thank you for tuning in. I invite you to tune in. I did schedule it for Friday, but it might turn out I'm busy on Friday. My normal streaming time, maybe it'll be early on Friday. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. I will let you know in advance. Will it be on Saturday? Probably not. Saturday is kind of a dead zone. I mean... But... Yes. So, follow me on any given social media platform, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. No. Wait, no. I might see you tomorrow. But maybe Friday. But maybe earlier on Friday, but also maybe not.